Dear viewers, URC is running a program called DTP. Maybe some of you know it, others know. You might be a holder of a secondary school certificate, but wonder where you can go for studies without leaving out your job. You might also be a holder of the diploma program in education, but wonder how you will be able to upgrade it to the bachelor's level. All these questions and many others will find their answers in the present interview we had with Dr. Mathias Nduwingoma, who is the Director for Open and Distance E-Learning CODeL. Dr. Mathias, can you please tell us what DTP is?
DTP is the acronym of Distance Learning Program. It's a program which has been created in Kigali Institute of Education in 2001. And the purpose of this program was to upgrade the level of some of the primary and secondary school teachers who were not qualified. And that program was initially developed for a diploma level.
Is there any difference between this program and the ordinary full-time program that the same college is running?
Yeah, the only difference which is between the two programs is that in DTP we are teaching in blended learning mode of delivery, and which means the students, they register in the blended learning mode programs, while the other students, they are, even if they are using blended learning mode of delivery, they are not registered in that program.
Does it mean that students for studying do not necessarily come to the campus?
In that program, in DTP program, we have currently 5 centers. I can call them 5 ODS centers, which are hosted in UR campuses. One is in Rusizi campus, another one is in Huye campus, Busogo campus, Nyarugenge campus, and the Rukara campus. So our students, they are supposed to stay where they want, where they are. Some of them, they are teachers, others today, they are not, they are working in other services, so they don't come to the campus. They meet only if they want. They can come during the weekends to meet, and we meet normally with the students during the face-to-face sessions, and this face-to-face session happens only once per semester.
Is there any particularities between this program and the full-time program as far as admission requirements are concerned?
There is no particular difference between the two programs, because all the requirements that we are following, they are set by Higher Education Council from Ministry of Education. No problem.
You said that you welcome teachers to this program. Can other candidates who are not teachers but who aspire to teach or to work in the education sector, can they be received or they?
Okay, at the beginning, from 2001 up to even today, of course the program was set for primary and secondary school non-qualified teachers. But today, if we look into the cohort that we have some members who are working in different services which are not education sector.
Is there any support these students can get from the government?
Yes, at the beginning, the students, they were supported by DFID, which was funding the whole program. They used to pay their full scholarship, the full school fees, and even the teaching material, they were bought for them by DFID. After 2006, the government of Rwanda decided to take over that program when DFID stopped the funds. And that time, students were given the scholarship, and they were asked only to pay money for registration and also for the hard copies of the modules that they were using. And today, the government or the University of Rwanda has decided that the students pay themselves. So it is now a self-sponsored program.
How much do they pay?
Today they are paying 327,000 Rwandan francs. If you compare that amount with the other amounts that students they pay in other programs, it is very, very small. And this is done because the University of Rwanda, which is a dual mode university, has said that they have to make education affordable, and they have also to make education more accessible. And this is one of the principles of e-learning, because today we are using e-learning for this group of students who are in DTP, so it is why they are paying less amount than others.
How long does this program take?
At the beginning of their creation, I can say that the first cohort, it took 5 years, while it was organized for 3 years. And that was due to the fact that it was new, either for the lecturers and also for the students. The second cohort took 3 years, the normal time. And from 2018, the College of Education decided to stop, to change. Instead of 3 years, we are now using 2 years. And the last cohort that graduated in during last September, they used 2 full years. So since last 2018, we are using 2 years.
There are people who may wonder if the degree got from DTP program has the same value of the same level got from the full-time program. How is it?
That is very important, because it is a question which has been asked by many people from different countries, from different higher learning institutions, where some of the people used to say that the quality of distance programs or online or e-learning programs are lower than the quality, is lower than the quality of the other programs. That is totally false. What we have now in e-learning, those who have practiced e-learning, they know that a student who is in e-learning is practicing the learner-centered pedagogy, is doing everything by himself or herself. They are learning a lot. When a lecturer has availed the teaching material, normally those teaching materials, they are complete, and the student is evaluated to see that the learning outcomes have been achieved. And the experience now has shown that a student who is learning in a blended learning mode of delivery is trying now to master more than the students who are in day program or in normal programs. Because in normal programs, a student can work in groups, and many lecturers used to give group works. But in e-learning, even if we give a group work, the lecturer is evaluating, is monitoring that that student is participating effectively. So I can say that, according to my experience, a student who is graduating through e-learning or distance learning is competent like the other student. And sometimes I can say that he is more competent than the other one, because he has been learning by himself. He knows how to take care of him or herself more than the other one.
Suppose that I'm a candidate aspiring to pursue this program. What the requirements should I fulfill?
Okay, first of all, when you want to start with year 1, they will ask you that you bring the certificate for secondary schools, and there are some marks that the Ministry of Education through HEC has set, and they are now going to evaluate this, and if you fulfill the conditions, immediately you are accepted.
Do you accept whoever holds a certificate of secondary school?
Yes, that is one of the conditions, but they have to analyze your transcript. Yeah, because there is a certain certain marks that they are requiring. We are, as in other programs, we are talking about the principal passes, and all those conditions, they are set from HEC.
How many marks at least must I have?
Okay, in education, they are requiring 18.
18.
Marks, yes.
Which means that if I don't have 18, I cannot be registered.
Yeah, less than 18, you are not recruited.
Is it 18 on my degree, or it is 18 or on some subjects?
Yeah, the 18 from the principal pass.
What does it mean? 2 principal passes. What does it mean?
Yeah, normally from the curriculum of secondary schools.
Yeah.
Students now they start. I can say that they start to specialize. You can find a student who is doing mathematics, physics, and computer science. So those 3 courses, they are the main courses.
Yeah.
So now what we consider, if for example there is one who is applying for mathematics, physics with education, so what we consider is mathematics and physics. If now the marks from those mathematics, physics, and the other principal course that he has done at secondary schools, we totalize. There is a formula set by HEC. Yes. So if we apply, when we apply that formula, we get 18 or more, the student is accepted in that subject, in that combination. Sorry. Yes.
At the secondary schools, they are combinations.
Yes.
Which combinations do you have in this DTP?
Currently, we have 12 combinations, but at the beginning, when the DTP started, the KIE, which was Kigali Institute of Education, now the University of Rwanda-College of Education, they started with 3 combinations. Later, they added other 3 combinations from social sciences, and from 2018, we have 12 combinations. So we are trying now to get the combinations according to combinations which are available in secondary schools.
Thank you.
Yes.
Full-time program is supported by bursary loan scheme of the government. Does this program get any support as far as funding is concerned on the side of students?
Okay, it's a program which is running in College of Education, and the College of Education is one of the colleges of the University of Rwanda, which is a public university. So the government is sponsoring. I told you that a student is now paying only 327,000 Rwandan francs per year for the school fees. It means the other difference is supported by the government, you understand, of course. So even if most of the students that we have today, they are self-sponsored, the government is helping.
You also raised the issue of internet or online learning, which means internet and the computers or any other gadget. And as you know, some people or families in Rwanda cannot afford the cost of internet or computers. How a student who aspires to be registered in this program can study in this program while he is from a poor family?
Okay, there is no discrimination between the students. But as you asked me just now, the requirements to join this program, when we are advertising, we tell to the student that whoever is applying, he has or she has to make sure that they have computers, or they have access to a computer from our friends, from our relatives, from where they work, and they have also internet connection sometimes. So we cannot tell to the student, don't come, because we don't control how students they are living. Yes, we know that there are some students who don't have their own gadgets.
Yes.
But we know that they are following this program. Because they are sharing with others. As I said, there are some teachers, those who are working as teachers, they have computer laboratories in their schools. Those who are working in other services, they are prepared themselves. So up to now, we don't have any complaints because they join the program when they are already informed. Yes.
I understand this program is very affordable compared to the full-time program. I want to ask you if those students in the DTP program have any facilitation for paying this amount of 327 francs per year. To get it at once, I think it is not easy. Is there any possibility of paying maybe in installments, or they must pay at once?
Yeah, as I said, these students, they belong to the University of Rwanda. And the University of Rwanda is not discriminating students among themselves, saying that this student is coming from a rich or poor family. This student is coming from this region or that one. So all the regulations that the university is applying, they are applied to all the students. So coming to your question about how the student can pay that amount, we know that university students, they are given, flexibilities on how to pay their school fees. Yeah, their installment. The same for the distance students. They are given that chance to pay in installment their school fees. And it is written on the acceptance letter. The same as when the university is delivering acceptance letter for any other student from any program.
So when the students register or are admitted, it is up to the center to allocate them to any center, or a student chooses his or her center according to the proximity of his home.
Okay, first of all, let me inform you that CODeL, which is the Center for Open Distance E-Learning, is a center for University of Rwanda. It's not a center for the College of Education.
Yes.
It is only hosted in College of Education.
Yeah.
And what we do, we don't recruit. This center is a center which is coordinating ODL practices in the University of Rwanda. It is a center which is facilitating ODL practices in the University of Rwanda.
What does it mean, ODL? You are talking about the ODL.
Open distance and the e-learning.
Thank you.
Yes. So what we do, we just coordinate the recruitment, and students, when they apply, they give their applications to the registrar, the college registrar of the office. So they are the ones who have now to analyze their files. They are the one who have to select the best candidate to be admitted, and they are the one to issue, who are now issuing the admission letters, the acceptance letters, and also Rukara campus. So you understand that those 5 campuses, they have been set so that all the students from all the corners of the country, they can get at least the nearest one. So it is now up to the student to choose. We don't force any person. And we used to see students who are now claiming to move from one center to another one, because before he was, let us say, he was working in Rusizi, now he has been shifted to Kigali. So for us, we say you are remaining the student. We don't care about the center where you are, because what we count the number of students. We don't count the number of students per center.
Is a student who is registered in this program required to suspend his or her job, or he can study while keeping his or her job?
Yes, that is now the principle of e-learning. We want to facilitate those kind of students who are working. We want to facilitate all those people who are not having enough means to come and live in the campus.
Yes.
So we want that a student remains where he is. He can study on his own or her own pace, and they can study from anywhere at any time. So this is the principle that we are following, that we are applying in e-learning.
So students in this program do not ever meet their teachers physically?
Okay, the way now this program has been designed is that students, for example, for the assessment, they have to do two types of assessment, continuous assessment. We have what we call tutor-marked assessment, which is a test given to the student, and they are not invigilated.
Yes.
And currently they do it online. They go on the e-learning platform, they find the questions, they write, and the lecturer will get the answer online. The second type is the continuous assessment test, which is invigilated. So what we do, the School of Education, of course in collaboration with CODeL, sends lecturers to go in those different centers to invigilate that card. And now, students will meet physically the authors of the modules that they are learning during what we call face-to-face sessions.
Okay.
And that session, those sessions, they used to happen 2 times per year. Once during the first semester, and the second during the second semester. So they meet the lecturer during 1 week in face-to-face, or sometimes we use the weekends. They go for 3 weekends to meet the lecturer, and the lecturer is not going there to teach. It's just to listen to the students and to respond to their questions, where not the students have been blocked during their learning, where now they want more clarifications, where they want more explanations, so the teacher goes there to just to deal with those questions.
There are teachers who are holders of diplomas who studied either in DTP or in the full-time program diploma level. Can they be allowed to upgrade so that they acquire the bachelor's degree as it is required on the market?
Thank you very much, and I'm very happy that you raised this question. We are getting many calls. We are getting many requests from students who graduated in A1 program, the diploma program. They want that they can upgrade their levels to the A0 or the degree program, and their request has been considered by the College of Education, because since last year, when the College of Education started to review other programs, they have instructed the college, the School of Education, of course together with its department, to sit and review and design, an extended program so that the students can reach the degree level. So it has been developed already. It has been approved at the level of the school. Now it is going at the level of college, and later it will be approved, of course, by the competent organs. Of course, here I mean it has to go through the Senate of University of Rwanda and to the...
Is it possible to welcome them very soon, for example, next year? How is it?
I think by next year, the program will run, because the college is willing to open. We have many candidates who are on standby, who would like to come. We have many candidates who are graduating even today. So I can tell you that since 2001, almost 6,000 students graduated.
Oh.
So you understand that we have a very big community that can come and join of such kind of student who would like to come and go to the level of degree.
Last but not least, this academic year, The University of Rwanda-College of Education receives a group of teachers who are following this program of diploma to bachelor's degree. Will the program continue receiving only these teachers recommended by REP and HEC, or there will be an extension for whoever wish to apply?
The Ministry of Education, through HEC, sends some students who have A1 degree to come to Rukara to upgrade their level up to A0.
Yeah.
They are not learning in distance mode. They are with other students at college in the campus. They are on campus, as they have accepted that first group. Even the second, any other student can also be. But for the moment, it is already late. We are now completing the first trimester.
Yes.
So nobody can join to start with the second trimester. So those who are now willing to come, they have to wait the next academic year.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
God bless you.
Okay, thank you.